180. Check 50. Lucky 48. Let's get it, yo. Slam. Alert 3. Check 3. Rose.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Cousins gives way to Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. Called that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
Here we go. Watch out. Check.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You remember me. Let's go, baby.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
I'm going to come back to you. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll punt it away. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown, baby.
So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over. At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Draw play. Cousins to Cook. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Cousins to throw it. And this is Cook to the ground. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A first down throw for Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. picked off by Ken Crawley. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On third down, Nickerson. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now Lutz for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, third and long. Now Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Cousins pass intended for Irv Smith. Incomplete. Results in a fourth down.
Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 30.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. 17-0 our score after one. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
54, right there, right there. Check 52.
On the ground, this is Kamara. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Check 13. Check 13. Shit.
On the ground, Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Hey, watch it. Slay.
And they give this time to the tailback. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now the throw on 3rd down. Knocked away and incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Good route here.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Mike 47. Hey, orbit. Here we go.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run. Cook. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 38, Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Jabal Sheard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the pressure gets to him again. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Third and long for Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Brings up 2nd and 3. The 27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
I'm on. Sponge. No. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 31. Check 31.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Nickerson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. I know he ain't got it. Hey, watch that.
Throwing again. Nickerson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Nickerson. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 1st down, Nickerson. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he gets it down to the 32. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Off the play fake, Nickerson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jabal Sheard make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Taking it about the 36. Touchdown, New Orleans. Williams. He returns the punt 64 yards on the score as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Get him! Get him! Watch the twist! Watch the twist!
To throw is Cousins. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Let's go!
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Back to throw. Nickerson. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. It's a gain of 5. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Not today, you are. Not today.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Nickerson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
56, the mic, boys. Hey, Alpha. 56.
Now Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
To throw, Cousins. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Here's Matt Wild now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Taken right around the 44. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
They'll run. This is Kamara. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Get your swarm on. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check safety. Check safety.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Second and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Again, it's Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another second down. It'll be third.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their third down defense, right? Absolutely. Whether it's their sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on third down.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Here's Matt Wild now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 43. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, first and 10.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Check 37. Check, you're up. Check.
Kamara trying the right side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
Second and 5. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. The Saints on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be third and 5. Operating from the gun. Nickerson looking long for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Running with Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Again, it's Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a third and 4. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third and 4.
Check your hot read. Check. Hey, check. Check 24. Check up. Mike 55.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal.
Check 43. Joker, 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 Joker. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. 36, 36. Check 99. Check 99.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
48, Vikings nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo! Check 300. Wide, get wide.
On 3rd down, Cook. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Go!
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jabal sheared. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Let's get this.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
base. Go now. Come on, go to base. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Saints, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the downward spiral continues as they drop the next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.